Well, thank you very much for also agreeing to speak to me today.
No, thank you. Thank you to you, and thank you to the organization of this event. I think it is really worthy for all of us to take part here in this event.
It's great. It's great. I hope it helps everyone create a view of Gran Canaria. Could you please introduce yourself as well, just for the audience?
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm Herman Carlos Suarez Calvo. I'm director, member of the board of Astican Shipyards, as well as Astander Shipyards, and also I am member of the board of shipping agent, stevedoring, port logistics companies, with a strong, deep knowledge in maritime logistics, in shipping business, in Port of Las Palmas, related to West African countries, and some knowledge of our other global ports and shipping activities.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Yeah, you said broad, long experience in the maritime industry. You're based in Las Palmas, and you did take over the shipyard in Las Palmas. Why did you decide to take it over?
Actually, we are a family-run company. We are two families involved in the company, a Greek family represented by two Greek brothers, Lascaridis brothers, and a Spanish side, Canarian side of the company, which this was my father, a co-owner or co-founder of the company many years ago. And we are, our main business is we are a shipping company related in different trades, in reefer cargo, bulk carrier cargo, tanker cargo, bunkerings. And the company from those days, at the end of the 70s, early 80s, the company had a strong relationship. It still have the relationship, but for that days it was a very strong relationship related to Western African ports due to the fish trade. That was a very important commodity those days in around West Africa. And all that trade was somehow operated from Las Palmas as a hub, from Las Palmas giving services to the fishing fleet, to the Chinese fishing fleet, to the Japanese, Soviet Union. We are talking about Soviet Union for that time. They were operating in Gulf of Guinea, Morocco, Mauritania, this part of the world. The directors by that time, they still are the directors and the shareholders of the company, they had a very deep knowledge of Africa and a deep knowledge of the shipping logistics, shipping economics. And they decided that Las Palmas was a strategic location to have an industrial service for the shipping industry related to commodity transport in Western Africa. That's why they decided to take over from the Spanish government in 1989, nearly 25 years ago, this Astican shipyard for servicing, for that time, mainly the fishing fleets and the reefer conventional vessel and other vessels related to that trade. And nowadays we are more focused on the offshore, dealing units, whatever, but this is part of the history and our, let's say, evolution to be just in the same pace as the market around Africa in terms of shipping and shipping logistics.
So we started off as a shipyard, a bit smaller with...
Yeah, our business case, that is, I think, is what you are interested to go in, to go deeper. That's why we were invited to this event. Astican Shipyard was, let's say, conventional ship repair shipyard. We still are a ship repair shipyard. We haven't left this side of the business, but we have also increase the service portfolio in our company to project management services related to the offshore, to the oil and gas industry. Astican, just as an example of the strategic location that for Lavinia Group, for our company, that actually we are located in, we are headquartered in between Athens and London. So we can say that we were a British company, of course, with Greek and Canarian shareholders, but a British company that went to buy this shipyard in the 80s to Las Palmas due to the strategic location. Astican, when it was part of the public administration, of course, they were making not net profit, net losses every year after year. For that time, it was around, I'm going to say it in euros today, but in that time, in 1989, they were on average 3 million euros of net losses every year. We took over the company, and the same company with the same management, and of course with a different approach and a different strategy from a ship owner, because when you are a ship owner, you have a different view of what the needs that you demand, that you request in a port. The same company we took in 1999, in 1990, it was also some losses. In 1991, we balanced, we just not net profit, not net losses. And from 1992 up to nowadays, we have been having net profit, hopefully, since all that years. Even due to our strategic location, due to our focus on offshore, on oil and gas economy around deep water economy around Africa, our best figures, our best turnover, our best ratio for the company has been in the worst years of Spanish economy during crisis. And this is just straightly related to Las Palmas' port position and to the position that some industrial services that can be done or be offered to companies related to Western Africa. Even, and excuse me for this interruption, some colleague in the audience was talking about relationship with Nigeria. There are some commercial relations that can be done, but we will speak then later on in the discussion, if you may like.
That sounds good. Okay, already speaking about Africa. What I was going to ask you was, you obviously said you started off smaller and then you evolved it into also offshore drilling platform.
Not offshore drilling. I would like to go for offshore drilling, but not yet.
I noticed as I said it. Offshore project management and project management in general. How easy has it been to expand the business into this larger business that you're having now?
It has. It has been a long journey. Okay, it has been a long journey, but not so hard. We have found good backbones in Gran Canaria, in Canary Islands, in Las Palmas port. One backbone was the tradition in port logistics and the tradition in inspection, repairs, and maintenance to all kind of fleet, even before Astican. Small workshops in the area. Mainly in Las Palmas, with a large tradition and a long tradition in shipping repairs. On the other side, and trust me that I'm not saying that because the dean of the university is here. I must say that we have found very good technicians very good engineers from local university, from Las Palmas University. We have good naval architects, we have good industrial engineers, besides, of course, economics, whatever, informatics. No. But we have had a good people, good technical staff just ready there to be taken by us to move the company from traditional ship repairs, conventional ship repairs, to a project management company. During all that journey, what we have been doing as well is to promote a naval cluster around Port of Las Palmas. What did we do in the past? Of course, this was a company, a government-owned company. We went there, we just make a plan to promote workshops, even with the former workers in the company that was part of Astican. We did a kind of a spin-off of some workshops, specialized workshops for the industry, at the same time that we support other entrepreneur people from the Canary Islands who wanted to set up repairs workshops to work for the industry. And we started that in the early 90s, and it was a process of nearly 10 years to 2000, 2002. And then we had more than 70, more than 70 small, medium-sized workshops specialized in repairs that give us nowadays the flexibility to promote very large industrial projects to be carried out in Las Palmas. Because when you have to give service to a ship owner, what is more important is the time. If this ship owner is a rig owner, is a drilling unit owner, time is the main issue. Even nowadays, okay, another discussion is coming to the market that will be the cost for the 2-3 years that with a new barrel price of the oil barrel around $80. But this is another discussion. It's a future trend, a future development that also we can speak later on. But the time was the most important, more than the cost of the carrying out of the projects. So due to that, we had this good engineering staff. Due to that, we have the support of a naval cluster around us, specialized in different jobs, specialized in different workshops. We were able to build all this project management service, project management facility in Las Palmas to be offered to a so demanding industry that is the energy industry, the offshore energy industry.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what prospects, future prospects do you have for Astican and for the port of Las Palmas? Maybe even, yeah.
We have, I think that we have a challenging prospect for the future, for the following years. But we have to, and this is something that is related to what the commercial relations should be or could be, also with the Western African nation, Western African countries. There is a special reason, a special event that is so important for Las Palmas, for Gran Canaria, and for Las Palmas port, and also for us. If we take the Western African continent and the Western Africa side, only we have deep water ports only in Canary Islands, mainly Las Palmas port, in South Africa. We are talking that for the future, the industry, the oil and gas industry, the offshore industry is talking about the golden triangle of the industry. Even the Minister of Energy and Industry and Tourism of Spain was talking something about that. The golden triangle for the future, for 2025, is expected to be West Africa, Brazil, and Gulf of Mexico in terms of oil production. I'm talking about deep water or water offshore oil production. The new units that has been built mainly in Korea, but in Asia, for this market, they need water depths from 20 meters to 25 meters for being moored in a safely manner to avoid any accident or whatever. So due to a geological reason, you have Africa is a continent with a ground water depth, natural water depth around 10 meters, 12 meters. So building ports in West African continents up to 25 meters would be, I don't know if it could be feasible investment. So the two options that we all have in Africa is, the African countries, the providers and also the clients, is South Africa or Las Palmas. So from that point of view, we will still have, as we started in 2000, good prospects for IRM, for inspection, repairs, and maintenance of drilling units related to the oil and gas. But we also have good prospects, new ventures and new companies that will come to Las Palmas because of this reason of being a deep water port. For example, we have some, I don't know if you have heard about the Rolls-Royce decision to go to Las Palmas. Rolls-Royce decided, Rolls-Royce Marine Service division, because of course they are in aviation, but they also have a good the aviation segment, market segment in marine services. Rolls-Royce controls the 80% of global market in a very specific equipment for the oil platform, rigs, and drill ships, that is the thruster. It's a special propeller engine for the oil platform. They control the 80% of the market. They decided to be in the three areas of the golden triangle that I was speaking before. For Gulf of Mexico, they decided to go to Galveston, that is the Houston port, port of Houston, more or less. For Brazil, they decided to go to Rio de Janeiro. And from West Africa, they decided to go to Las Palmas. We are talking about a very important company that I think they are just showing us the path and the future trend that is going to happen in the Canary Islands and in Las Palmas. From my point of view, they are going to be more manufacturers, more third-party vendors to the energy sector that would come to Las Palmas to set up tailor-made one-stop shops for overhaul of very specific equipment that is working on West Africa. And due to the geological reason, just the natural reason of the water depth, natural water depth in African ports, they are not able to go to African ports. So for being competitive in the African regions, Las Palmas is a good hub for that purpose. And there is a third prospect, third business developments that we expect that are going to happen, is to do what is called punch list and commissioning to new building units for the oil and gas deep water drilling. Yeah. I'm talking about rigs, especially I'm talking about drill ships and semi-sub rigs that they need 20 meters, 25 meters of water depth to do certain modifications that the oil companies are asking to them to drill in Africa. Yeah. So we are seeing again 25 years after when we as a company decided to go to Las Palmas port as a strategic location for the fishing trade in that moment. Now we are seeing again that the history is repeating, and we are again sitting over a strategic location for another commodity that is traded in the area and is produced in the area, I mean In Africa, Las Palmas is the place to be.
Yeah. Las Palmas is the place to be. I think that's a very good point to end, because I'm seeing a red light, which means that I'll have to unfortunately wrap this conversation up.